just take up some space in our space. So excuse me, Umi, she loves to take up my space. Bring the arms out nice and wide, deep inhale in, and then on the exhale, lean over to the right hand on the right thigh, lift the left arm up and over, and then on the inhale, return, roll the shoulders back. Good. Exhale, and then inhale the arms overhead, start to tilt over to the left. Left hand comes to the left thigh, right arm reaches up. Good. Inhale, return through center. Exhale, roll the shoulders, shake anything out that doesn't feel like it's gonna serve you in the workout. And then we're gonna get started by hitting play on our playlist first in 4, 3, 2, hit it now. Then once you come back to your space, we're gonna start with a squat and a hinge. So find your space. There we go. Squat and hinge right here. It's squat, rise, hinge, and rise. Inhale, squat, exhale, hinge, rise. I like to put my hands on my hips. It helps me find the crease to hinge. So just in case you are interested in that same kind of protocol, you could use that little fingertip set to find that hinge point. Nice. Hinge and rise. 2 more. Squat, exhale, inhale, exhale, rise. Last one is a squat, drive, hinge, rise. Good. Step your feet together. Reverse lunge with a pause. Here we go. It's lunge back, reach, rise, and squeeze. Lunge back, reach. From the side, I take a step. I bend both knees. I bring it in. Take a step, bend, rise, and switch. Last time on the right, and last time on the left. Drop, reach, and rise. Give me jumping jacks right here. So get that heart rate up. Beautiful. 8 more. If you're not jumping today, it's all good. You could do a side step. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Awesome. Walk your way to the back of the mat. Then roll the shoulders back, hinge at the waist, walk it out to a plank position. Once you're in plank, I want you to just push the ground away from you, stabilize the hands, and then from here, downward facing dog. I lift, I come back to plank. 2 more with just this action. We're gonna add into this. Last one, down dog. Come back to plank, knee and downward facing dog. Right leg lifts and tips. Returns, repeat on the left. Lift, tip, return, and switch. Lift, tip, return, and switch. Left side, lift, return. Last time, right and left, lift, open, turn, and center. Last time to the left, open, return. Lower the knees down. Come up off of the heels, arms out wide. Twist right and left, right and left. I like to have my arms wide so that I can focus on a really strong rotation. Awesome. 8 more seconds. 7, 6. Hi, Daisy. In the chat, everything you need, babe. 3, 2, and 1. Step the right foot forward in a little half kneel position. Awesome. It's a forward reach and pull. Forward reach and pull. So see how I'm moving my hips? Yep. Reach and pull. 2 more. Reach and pull. Last one. Reach and pull. Switch the sides. Find balance. Inner thighs hug. Lean forward and pull. Lean forward and pull. 2 more. Forward and pull. Last one and pull. Stand your way all the way up. Good. Find chair pose. So my knees are bent, arms are forward. Awesome. Tap it right and left. Right and left. Abs in. Right and left. Almost there. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it off. Come on over to your screen. Everybody give me a quick high five. 12 minutes glutes. You have about 30 seconds. If you need a sip of water, grab it. Yeah, Rachel, I'm the same. I'm like, ah. All right, you're gonna grab your heavy set first. I'm gonna dig my heel in on the left, and then I'm gonna sink into a squat. Then I'm gonna plant my whole left foot and tip forward in the hinge staggered stance. My feet are about hips distance apart. So right foot back, left heel digs in, shoulders back, weights on. Timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. I squat back, I rise up, I plant the whole left foot, and I hinge, and I rise from the side. Let me show this to you guys profile. Word salad, and hinge. What do you think exercise number 2 is gonna be? Other side. Not gonna make it super, super complex. These traditional movements with an additional weight class, so I'm using 12s, meaning I have 24 load on the spine, is a really great way to raise the heart rate right off the bat. So you're welcome. Yes. Back is flat, so the knee can stay soft in the front. So if you feel like you're locking the knee, feel free to bend it as much as you need. That's what she said. Exhale, rise, squeeze a butt cheek, drop it and squeeze again. Inhale. You got 5 more seconds. Let's finish this rep out. All the way back, all the way forward. Switch your feet. So right foot forward, left foot back, right heel digs. Sink the hips back like you're trying not to sit on a porta potty. Then inhale to hinge and squeeze. I'll show this to you from the side here as well. Heel digs in, butt sinks back stays flat. Exhale, rise. And then I'm on this like imaginary semi-tightrope as I find my staggered hinge. My feet are both flat on the floor on the hinge, so I have optimal stability in a staggered stance. Diaphragmatic breath, in through the nose, drive up, exhale through the mouth. Yes, you got 20 more seconds. Now, we've done strength, right? So next up, we've got a little cardio burst for the minute. We did it in the warm-up. So the good news is your body's familiar already. Let's finish the rep out. Lean it forward, hinge, and rise. Good, drop off your heavy dumbbells. Find chair pose, arms reach forward, tap, tap, and switch. So if you were at Wednesday's class, this was the burner for the minute. Bad news about today is that this isn't the burner, my babe. You're doing this 3 times. Mandy, I don't want to jump. Okay, step it, right? But I want you to stay low in the legs. Nice, and what Amanda's doing, I love this, she's got her hands bracing her lower back. That's a great way to stay really aware of what's happening in that lumbar. Nice. Good, Nestor. Beautiful, Tara. Yes, Naomi. Get a little bit lower, everybody. We got 15 more seconds. We're going to grab both dumbbells and come to the floor in 6, 5, 4. Tap it out. 3. You're not done. Come on, boo. 2, 1. Grab both dumbbells. They go on the hip creases. Lower down to your back. Hold the dumbbells, head and neck relaxed. Lift and lower. Butterfly bridge. Let's build those cupcakes. Let's bake some cakes. Some lemon cakes, right, Amanda? I almost called you Mandy. She's like, I'm Amanda. I get it. I was Amanda. Well, excuse me. I was Mandy first. I was Amanda. I was back to Mandy. So, and here I am, almost 40. And I'm still at Mandy. I think I'm going to keep it for a while. We'll see. Good. We're at 24 more seconds, team. Drive your hips to the sky. Try to tap your pubic bone towards the ceiling here. You've got 15 more seconds. Awesome. I want you to focus on that engagement with the feet. Feet are clapping together for 5, 4. Give me one more bridge. All the way up, all the way down. Grab your weights, rock and roll yourself up. We go right into set 2. Right foot forward, left foot back. Dig into the right heel. Single leg squat, pull, stagger dead, pull. Mandy, this is too much. Okay, here's the modification. Little less aggressive on the squat. Soften the knee in the front and just reach forward. So see how my knee is bent here? That's okay. Just means my hamstring's tight. And that's okay, I'm gonna honor that. Exhale, squeeze, plant the whole foot, and hinge. Notice how my neck goes in alignment with my movement. And then inhale, drive up. Good team, heel down on the left, toes down on the right. Come back, toes pop, heel down, yep. Switch your sides after that. Toes and knees point forward, shoulders back. Heel digs in, drop in. Let's make it rain. Squeeze and squeeze again. So I love doing staggered stance because it really does challenge the stability. And it also just, it creates a little more kind of playfulness in the mindset of doing some pretty boring activities, squats and hinges. I mean, they're super basic, they're very pumpkin spice latte, but it's good because the basic stuff, the reason why it's basic is because it works. So, you know, I just like to be a little bit more kind of out of the box here. Good, you got about 13 more seconds. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to sweat right about now. Drop into the seat. Finish the rep, all right? All the way forward, all the way up, and drop off the dumbbells. Wow, I'm feeling this. All right, chair pose, tap it out. Maybe I have my hands on my hips. Maybe if I want to make it harder, I have the hands overhead, so my palms could be facing in. Maybe I do both legs at the same time. Out, in, out, in, out, in. It's not required. It's your best effort. It's the second round. So we're out of the learn phase. We're into the tweak phase. Turn up the heat underneath those feet. 20 more seconds, come on. Make it rain, go, make it rain, come on. From the side, back is flat. Count down with me. 8 more seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5. Get that heart rate up in 3, 2, 1. Grab the dumbbells. I'll show this to you profile. Feet together, knees splayed. Lift and lower. Push, release. Shh. Shh. My feet are touching. My toes are touching. I'm lifting my hips on my exhale. Push the hips to the sky. Now, does it mean that I have to do it on the tempo? No. Can I move at a full, pain-free range of motion? Adding speed only progresses the movement. Now, that said, if you add your speed and you diminish the range of motion, you're kind of back at square one. So keep the range for the last 8 seconds time left. Lift and lower. Weights are not on the belly, they're on the hips. 3, 2, weights in hands, rock yourself up. Left foot forward, right foot back, here we go. It's a single leg squat. Tip forward, exhale, hinge. So on the squat, I'm sinking my booty back and squeezing my right butt cheek. Then I'm hinging forward. Guess what glute I'm squeezing here? Same one, right leg, the leg behind me. You got 30 more seconds. It's the last round of the booty part of class. Next up, we have arms. I encourage you to use your heavy dumbbells if you can manage. If you need to drop down, you can. That's why I grabbed these 8s. This is 4, 3, 2, wherever you're at, stop, switch. Right leg is now forward, which means the left leg gets the action, right? Sink it back, squeeze, drive into the foot, and squeeze to rise. Again from the side here. I'm in this staggered stance. Drop my butt back remains nice and engaged. Shift my hips forward, chest leans forward. without compromising the spine. So something I don't want you to do is this, because it doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good. It's a rounded back. I feel already just doing one rep like that feels so poopy. Think about really sticking out the hip, like so, and then pull to rise. Now I am fully sweating. So I hope I'm not alone, but if I am, it is what it is, you know what I mean? This is 5, 4, let's do this last hinge. 3, 2, drop off the dumbbells, chair pose, tap out, or jumps. Here we go. Tap and switch. So level, if you want to think about it in levels, level 1, hands on hips, or hands on the low back. I loved it. I'm just tapping my feet. Level 2, arms reach forward, I move a little quicker. Level 3, I really get low and I reach the arms up above my heart. Level 4, arms up. Here we go. Team, so many choices. If you're confused, I will take a side step. I will take a march. What I won't take is you just waiting for it to be over, because baby, it ain't over. You got 10 more seconds right here. Come on. Reach, reach, count with me. Last 8, 7, 6, get low, get low. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Come on down to the floor. Last time. Lie down on your hips. Lift, lower. So I don't know if you can see this from where I am, but my weights are not on my navel. They're down where my legs meet my hips, right in the crease. Lift and lower. Take your time on the descent. Lift your spine, articulate down from mid-back to sacrum. The sacrum is the fused bone, right above your tailbone. Nice little flat bone. You should feel it rocking up and off the mat and settling back down. Team, you've got 19 seconds on the lower body effort. Upper body is next. Arms, arms, arms. Push. Good. We're starting with push-ups. Speaking of, you got 3, 2, drop off the dumbbells to the side of your mat. So we're going to be on the floor still. Good. Come into a plank position. I love you. Just remember this. You're doing a push-up, then down dog. I'm going to flip over my right, come back through center, flip over my left, come back through center, down dog, push up in plank. Tip up and back. Now, I flip over my left first, return, and flip over my right second. If I can remember, right, to alternate my sides. Flipping over the right again, coming back through, and flipping over the left. If it's too much on the shoulders, lower to the knees, do a push-up. Press yourself to down dog, lift a leg and open, lift the other leg and open. 3, 2, and 1. Grab your dumbbells. Good, rise to stand. Upright row and alternate. So, like I'm in Chicago and it's January, I'm zipping up my parka all the way to my chin. Anybody that's in Chicago knows. You have gloves, boo. You have scarves, but you have to have a good coat. None of this like, oh, it's cute. Yeah, but it's cold. So, from the side, pull. My elbow leads, my wrists stay neutralized. Boom. Right up to the collarbone. Boom. I love this song so much. Good. Last 5 seconds. Now I have bad news. We're going to move into a lunge position. Mandy, I thought we were done with legs. We are. Set one dumbbell down for me, please. Keep the dumbbell in the left. Come into a lunge position. Hand of the right on the thigh. You're going to give me a wide pull and a narrow pull. A lot of rowing in this section. Pull. So From the front, you'll see the dumbbell head here for the narrow pull. Then turn it, you'll see my knuckles for the wide pull. So we want to make sure that most of our weight is in that front thigh. My body is pitched forward. Feet are about shoulder width or a little bit narrower apart. So what's going to happen in about 15 is we're going to switch the arms. I'm dying. I hope I'm not alone. Good, 4, 3, last row on the left arm. Switch your legs. Drop into the lunge position, left hand on the left thigh. Pull narrow, pull wide. I'm actually looking forward of my toes in front leg, so my left leg being my front leg. Now, if I wanted to move faster, I could, but what I really want to focus on is the slow descent. So if you're looking to tone your muscle, you're going to drive up fairly quickly, but you're going to release with some control. Nice, Rachel. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 15 more seconds. This is arms. But man, oh man, is anybody feeling their back? Yeah, I'm feeling the middle of my back right here. That's what this row is targeting, but also my arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your dumbbell off. We're back to plank position. Second round begins. Down dog, shift to plank, push up, back to down dog, flip it over on one side, come back to down dog and switch right away, flip it over on the other side, come back through, plank position, push up. Yeah, I'm not great at push-ups myself, which is why I'm making myself do push-ups every week now, whether it's in this class or our Wednesday workout. Good. I had to throw some rock in here, so if you don't like rock, I'm sorry, but I do. And it's a donation-based class, so I get to do what I want pretty much, right? Now, that said, if you have any requests, send them my way, lower down to the knees. Grab your dumbbells, rise up, alternated upright row. How could I advance this movement? Bilateral. Holy crap, right? So now I'm zipping up that parka from my hips to my chin, all the way down. Remember that eccentric contraction, the toning of the muscle. How slow can I lower? Maybe I do a combo. I'm gonna do my right, I'm gonna do my left, yes, Mary, and then maybe I do both. Boom. Nice, Daisy. Yes, Tara. Right? You got it, guys. Come on. I'm just doing a combo here. We've got 5, 4, 3. We rode on the right arm second. So grab your dumbbell, keep it in the right. Left foot forward. Left hand on the thigh. Narrow pull. Turn it, wide pull. I'm looking right in front of my toes of my left. Yep, single arm. Now, if I wanted to be a little more aggressive with my stance, I could come down to the forearm and get lower in the lunge. A little bit harder, right? Why would that be? Because I'm closer to the pull of gravity. So when I'm there, like doing an extension off the ground, I feel so much more having to work to get that weight up and around the torso. Yeah. Now careful of your back, right? Are you squeezing your seat muscle of the right? Check in. You're there in 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch the arm and leg. Right foot forward. Right forearm on perhaps. Pull with the left. Turn the palm, wide grip. So from the front here, watch my wide grip. Elbow comes wide, and then elbow brushes my sideline. Wide and sideline. And then the stance, less aggressive with the hand, pitching the upper body forward. I'm squeezing the cheek of my left. So I'm getting a little post-exhaustion of my gluteal. In other words, Merry Christmas to you. Happy Halloween. Yeah, can you slow lower? Yes, Lauren, watch the shoulder of the right. Nice. Good, Nestor, can you lean forward more? Pull your abs in. Yes, dude, you got it. Nice, Emily. Beautiful control down. Get it, team. This is 3, 2, 1. Drop off the dumbbells. Last time. Hands and feet. Down dog. Shift to plank. Push up. Boom. Maybe I want to advance it more. I come through again. Down dog. Do another push up. So I'm adding in double work on the push up. So say, for example, Mandy, these wild things where I flip my leg over doesn't feel great. Maybe I want to do more push. So I'll do a push up, I'll shift back. Maybe I just play with lifting a leg up. And then the other leg. Maybe I come back, I lower the knees, and I do 2 push-ups. So in other words, in this final phase, the world is your proverbial oyster, unless you're allergic to oysters like me, and projectile vomit. So, you know, maybe the world is your dark chocolate cashew butter cup. I don't know, Amanda, can you make me one of those? Just, you know, asking for a friend. 3, 2, 1. Time. Grab your weights. Here we go. So I'm going back to my singles. Why? I'm burned out, okay? This is the last round with upright rows. Maybe I actually go into my 8s and I do bilaterals. So I got less weight here, 16 instead of 24, but I'm able to move more. You got about 15 more seconds. Pull those elbows up. Boom, get them above the wrists. Yes, you can. 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Drop off a dumbbell. Okay. For me, I'm going back to my heavy weight. Left hand, left foot. And begin. Wide row. Narrow row. So I'm choosing to do this less aggressive positioning, squaring my hips and squeezing my cheek of the right. Hi, boom, hi. Boom. Now, in 30 seconds, you will not do this arm again. So I want you to dig in, right? And turn the heat up. Now's the time, boo. Yes, Rachel Pierce. Yes, Naomi. And Shirley, I can't see you today, but I know you're using those gorgeous new weights. So do your best. Boom. Sound effect is totally optional. Finishing in 7. We're gonna switch sides in 6, 5, 4, 2, and time. Last bit of arms. There's no burner today. There's no finisher like there is in Wednesday. This is straight strength training. On Wednesday, it's a little more cardiovascular. So if you're not sure about Wednesday class, ask. Yeah. I am freaking dying. My left arm is just spent. So there's no shame in diminishing weight. So I've chosen to pull with my 8 to finish out. You got 25 more seconds. This is why I was like, for me, it's really important that I do good work. I'm not trying to like, kill myself. I'm focusing on really isolating. Yeah, 3, 2, little cameo from Jessie. Good, awesome. Set the dumbbell down. All right, I have bad news. A lot of standing abs today. Drop into a sumo. Toes and knees point out. Hands behind the ears. This is one of my favorite core activities. Tick-tock, side to side. Elbow tries to tap the knee. And you please tell me If you don't feel this over the weekend, because I don't know about you, but I am, what, 25 seconds in? And I am feeling it. I am feeling my erectors, my sideline. Good, Mary, really nice job. Mary's keeping a really good open chest. That's what I'm looking for, team. 20 more seconds. Inhale and exhale. I'm not gonna be super, super stringent on when that inhale, exhale happens, but can you focus on finding a rhythm with your breath? Yes, Nestor. 5, 4, 3. We have another activity. Come on down to the right foot, left knee. If you have sensitivity in your knee, put something underneath it. Bring the hands back to goal pose. Twist, lengthen the arms, return. Twist, lengthen, return. So I twist over the thigh, I reach my fingertips, I return. I'm only twisting to my right. Yes. Squeeze the gluteal of the back leg. My hips are shifted. Twist, reach, see behind you. Almost there. You got 20 more seconds. Big rotation through the spine. Ring out your torso. Finishing in 15. Just showing this to you from the other profile. I'm twisting as far as I can. Yep. Finishing on this side in 5, 4, 3, 2. Switch your sides. Left foot forward. Drive the right hip. Arms in goal post. Mandy, I feel this a lot in my arms. Well, you're welcome. This was my plan. So having the arms above the heart, right? We talked about this earlier. Only makes the shoulder head have to work that much harder. So if you're feeling your biceps, if you're feeling your shoulders, that was part of this, part of the plan. Yep, just trust me. I promise you I will not lead you astray. How far can you twist? Exhaling to twist and open, inhaling to return through the center. Again, from the profile view. Twist, reach my fingertips, return. Total body weight here. We're gonna do a more traditional core activity on the floor here in just a moment. Give me 10 more seconds of your time. Inhale, return. Finishing this out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come onto your back. Once you're onto your back, we're gonna do a rollover. So hands down at the sides, lift the legs up, return, lift your head, neck, and shoulder, butterfly the legs. Ballerina the legs, I think I said butterfly. Head comes down, roll over. Head lifts, and butterfly. I keep saying butterfly, but I really do mean ballerina. So the legs squeeze together, lift the hips, lower down, bring the head with you. Hands are on the floor. Zoop, 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 zoop. Return. Head is down, legs lift. I like to point my toes throughout this activity, but you can do you. There we go. You've got 12 more seconds. Oh, Daisy had to leave again. That makes me sad. Yeah, so if you don't have room to flip over, just do the butterfly and then lower the head and repeat. I keep saying butterfly, but I mean ballerina, okay? Oh, this is 3, 2, sorry about the delay, Lauren. 2 and 1. Good, rise up. Okay, color me bad, let's do this. Hands behind the ears, here we go. Lean and switch. Lean and switch. Lean, how low can you stay in the legs? If you need to see this from the side, you'll notice my hips. I tuck my tail, I pull the abs in, I lean, elbow tries to connect to the knee. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Shh. Shh. Woo. So when I was in grade school, the cool thing to do was to jump on a trampoline to any song like this, which when I was in 2nd grade, probably not the greatest song to be jumping tramp to, considering how young I was. But you know, you win some, you lose some. This is 3, 2, time. Good. Left foot on the floor, right foot, back, twist, reach, center, twist, reach, and center. Now, if you wanted to make this a little harder, say for example, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm gonna bend the back knee, curl the back toe, and hover, right? For me, my body is so tired right now that I don't think I could do even one more rep, but I'll show this to you from the side. I'm off the back knee. I'm twisting, reaching, and returning. Can you keep that knee hovering off the floor? It's an option. It's not a necessity, right? This one's tough. You got 5 more seconds on this side. 4, 3, 2. Hands behind the ears and switch your legs. Here we go. It's twist over, reach, return, and rise. Twist, reach, return. I want you to work on the depth of the twist. How far can you get your elbow joint all the way in alignment, parallel to the thigh of the right? Yeah. You guys, I have such great news. We are 5.5 minutes from being done with today's workout, right? I'm a big clock watcher. It's a really important thing for me. It'll help keep me motivated. Team, if you can hover the knee for the last 15, I say go for it. Try it out. See if it's something that feels good to you. You got 8 seconds. Big twist. Keep those elbows out of the peripheral. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, guys. So hands on the floor, legs to the air, roll over, and then you're going to roll yourself up. Ballerina legs. Hands stay down. Lift up. So Lauren was asking for a way to do this without the rollover. Now, if it's space stuff, you can just bend the knees. Lower down, send them forward, butterfly them down, as ballerina them down, and lift them up. Can you tell that I'm a Virgo rising? It's true. Good. So, whether or not you have your head lifted is what it is. You can do what you like. If you feel tension in the neck, keep the head down now, okay? Everybody's different. 3, 2, and 1. Last time, we come back into that sumo stance. Hands behind the ears. Lean and rise. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Now, Mandy, I feel like this needs a little more juice. Okay, well, if that's what you're looking for, pop those heels and keep them off the floor. Find your side bend with a little less stability. I'm a big fan of a heel pop. There you go, Lee. The cats are crazy. So I'm surprised they haven't made more cameos in today's workouts. Meows, I meant. I'm always here for a pun. 5, 4. Last side bend of the day. 2 and 1. Set a knee down. Tuck the tail. Arms. Twist. Extend. Return. Goalpost, right? Twist. Extend. Return. Oh, I should have said that later, right? Because now we're going to get the cameos. So again, if I wanted to advance this, I'm going to tuck that back knee, and I'm going to tuck the tailbone back, and then twist, open, close, return. So goalpost was here. If I wanted to make it a little bit more aggressive, fingers behind you, go for that full twist. Nice, Rachel. Yes, Nestor. Beautiful, Naomi. Can you bend that back knee even more? Uh-huh. It's okay, guys. She's a professional. This is 3, 2, switch your sides. Emily, you are freaking crushing it. All right, here we go. Opposite side, twist, reach, return, twist. Can you move slower? Can you move deeper? Can you focus on an upper body that's perpendicular to the flooring? So one common mistake people might do is trying to reach as far as they can, right? Well, what's happening with my nugget? I want to stand upright or kneel upright in this case. 30 more seconds. If you went for the tailbone tuck and the knee hover, do it now. You got 25 seconds left. See what kind of juice you got left to expend right here. Big reach. Get that fingertip behind you as much as you can. Open the chest. Full rotation through the T-spine in 5, 4, 3, 2, last minute of work. Here we go. Coming down to the floor, legs to the sky. So Lauren, I'm going to use this as my my unfortunate spacing, right? I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to lower down, rise up. Ballerina the legs. She remembered. Knees come in, hug, hold. Maybe even send the legs up. Return. Right? So modification for the neck. Neck will stay down. Legs roll over. Legs extend. My head can stay down. I'll ballerina the legs as much as I can. Those toes cross the midline of the body. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got 9 seconds. Let's do one more big rep together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that, my friends, is the end. Make your way over to your playlist. It should be on the last track, but for some reason, if it ain't, move it there. Good. Okie dokie. Now we stretch. Oh, my bad, Lauren. Just losing it. Okay, so come back to your mat. We're actually going to start standing. The heel of the foot, doesn't matter which one, I'm going to use my left. I'm going to hinge down and scoop my arms, rise up. Hinge down, scoop my arms and rise. So more dynamic stretch. Hinge down last time, scoop and rise. Then from here, with that foot that's kickstanded, pull it in towards the seat. Find the balance. Start to kick that leg back as you reach the opposing arm forward. Beautiful. Then from here, I'm going to cross the ankle over the opposite leg. So I'm going to stick out the hip of the left and reach up and over the sideline of the body on the right. Yeah. Return back through center. Cross the ankle now over the thigh and sit into a figure 4 squat. Roll the ankle joint around the back. Beautiful. We have 1 minute, so I'm going to do the other side as well. Heel digs into the floor. Sweep down, scoop, and rise. Fan the arms open. Sweep down, scoop, and rise. Fan open. Last time. Scoop, dig, and rise, and open. Good. Finding balance. Catching that foot in the hand. Squeeze the legs together. Hinge and reach. Activated quad stretch. And then crossing that ankle over the opposite. Then I'm going to lift up and over. Big sideline stretch along the right. Lean back. Return through center. Then from here, uncross the legs. Bring that ankle across the thigh. Ooh, my hips are tight today. So perhaps I use something to find my balance, right? No shame in that. We're just focusing on the stretch. Stretch is primary, balance be secondary. Balance be secondary. Balance is secondary, rise up. Clasp the hands behind the back, open the chest cavity. Good, with the fingertips clasped behind us, roll the shoulder heads back and down, crack the heart open, but tuck the chin in. So you're looking down the front of the frame. Walk the ear over to the right, back through center, over to the left, back through center. Shake out the arms front to back. My friends, it just turned for 1:46, so I am going to call it. Have a fabulous weekend ahead. Questions asked.